The wrap panel positions the elements in it in a sequential position from left to right. And then if necessary, you'll get additional lines. So let's say you had 10 images, and the window was wide enough to display 5 of them. 5 of them would be on the top line, and then there'd be a second line of another 5. If you made the window wider, you might get fewer lines. If you made the window narrower, you might get additional lines. By default, elements are laid out from left to right. If you want them laid out from top to bottom, you set the orientation property to vertical, and then you'll get as many columns as you need. Let's go see. And the wrap panel by default just lays its elements out from left to right, and if it runs out of room, then it creates a new row and continues laying out elements from left to right. So here I have a wrap panel with 6 buttons. Each of them has a margin of 10 all the way around. And when I fire this up, by default, 4 buttons fit on the first line, and then it creates a second line. If I narrow this, then it will continue resizing and will create as many rows as are required to fit all of the buttons. If I make it wide enough, they'll all fit on a single row. If I make it narrow enough, they'll each get their own row. Now you typically probably wouldn't do this with buttons, but you certainly would do it with images or movie thumbnails. By default, the wrap panel lays out its elements horizontally. If you set the orientation property to vertical, then it will lay its elements out vertically, top to bottom, and then left to right. So here by default, 6 buttons fit in the left row, and then the other 4 get their own column. If I make this taller, I can get them all in one column. If necessary, it'll put them all in separate columns. So this is not literally one row of buttons, this is 10 columns of 1 button each. And that is the wrap panel.